Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you doing? Let me know in the comment section below. Fill me in on the gossip. Today we're doing a yes or no reading. You know how it goes. Yes or no readings won't tell you what to do, but they will and can, however, confirm what you already know. So use your intuition and pick a pile. We have pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. And then we're going to get stuck in. Let's move this out the way. Let's see what pile 1 has to say, yes or no. Yes. This is definitely a definitely a yes. Get my words out. I feel like there's a lot of mental confusion around this. Maybe like you're overthinking the process, whatever this may apply to when it comes to your situation. The Two of Swords is telling me that you're so confident in not seeing, almost like you're afraid to see the truth. Maybe you don't feel like you deserve this. This confidence around feeling like you don't deserve it is not the one. I'm gonna just say that. This is a yes, and there's no other way around it. Like, this is gonna be a yes. So it's kind of like you can resist it if you want to. You can keep the blindfold on. I mean, no, we're not keeping the blindfold on. We're not. Take it off because this is a yes. We have sun energy here. We've got the Page of Swords. It's like clear. It's like what was once foggy is now becoming clear. Maybe you are going to take that blindfold off and you are going to allow yourself to enjoy this sun energy. I feel like for a long time though, you might have felt like you didn't deserve this, and maybe finally now you're starting to realize that you do. You could have a secret admirer here, like, you know, the Page of Swords is well known for being like a social media stalker, or someone who's trying to get your attention. Maybe you're not trying to see it because you're just, this is like anxious, stressed out kind of energy. But he still sees you. Whether you want to pretend like you can't see him seeing you, he can still see you. If this is like a relationship or along the lines of, doesn't have to, like, I'm talking about all relationships. Like, when I say relationships, I mean all of your relationships. If this does come down to like your relationships and stuff, I feel like people are trying to get your attention. I feel like you're not trying to see that. You might be quite happy in your comfort zone, but the sun is here, like, saddle up, bitches. Like, we got a journey to live, we got a journey to go on. So sorry to take you out of your little comfort zone, but the sun and the Page of Swords is ready. I want to ask you as well, like, what are you trying to protect yourself from with this like Two of Swords energy? Like, I can get it, you know, like we go through stuff in life and it can cause us to want to protect ourselves and stuff, but at what cost? Because you can't see this amazing energy around you because you're blindfolded. Like, you've literally shut yourself off to all these possibilities. But it's like you're just so comfortable in that space because it's protective, right? You feel safe there. That's where you feel the safest. But sometimes, like, we can block our own shit. We can block our own blessings when we sit there in this energy. And we are not about blocking our blessings anymore. Not doing it. We're not doing it. You deserve this energy. You deserve the sun. You deserve the happiness, the joy, the adventure that this energy is going to bring for you. Take off the blindfold. You can still be protective, you know, but when you go through what you go through, the whole point in these experiences, yeah, they hurt, but it's not to it's not meant to make you be in this energy. It's meant to give you a lesson, right? And that lesson doesn't mean put up a wall, stay in your comfort zone, and never go out and venture the world just because of some mug in the past or some kind of situation that really hurt and stuff. Like, the point isn't to be this energy. The point is to take that lesson and transmute it, and then to use it. Like, follow your heart but take your head with you kind of energy, you know. Like, don't put up a wall and sit behind it and never experience life because you're too afraid of this or that or whatever. So pile number 1, this is a yes. Take off the blindfold, see the truth, see the amazing shit that's surrounding you, and enjoy. Because I have a feeling that whether or not you're willing to take off the blindfold and see the truth, it's just going to happen anyway. So you might as well ride the wave, right? You might as well enjoy the process. And have you ever noticed, right? Have you ever noticed, and this is coming from someone that has anxiety. Like, I used to have severe anxiety. Have you ever noticed how anxiety and excitement feel the same in the body? It's only the mind that really tells you the difference. Have you noticed that same, like, fuzzy feeling, like the excitement and all the stuff that happens to your body and stuff? Like, it's kind of, I mean, well, there's some things with anxiety that don't feel exciting, hello, but have you noticed that the underlying feeling of anxiety is very, if not the same as excitement? Just saying. Anyway, cards number 1, let me know if that resonated for you in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in my next video. And it sounds like my neighbours are about to start drilling. Joyful. Let's see what cards number 2 are saying. Apologies for when they do kick up the drill, because it's loud. Card number 2, what's happening for you? This is a yes. I don't know what's with, like, these middle cards being sandwiched between such great energy, but there is a choice to make, and once you make that choice, things are going to get a lot better. And I want to say as well, like, with this 5 of Pentacles energy, look at who's around you, right? Look at who's had your back. It doesn't matter if they've been there for 5 years, 10 years, or 5 minutes. Look at the people around you that's really had your back. Because when you look at this card, you'll see that the injured person that usually probably represents you, there's someone standing right beside you, like a couple of feet in front of you, to make sure that, you know, you're not gonna fall over and hurt yourself even more, you know. Like, they're clearing the path for you, they're standing right beside you, they support you, they love you. Like, know who your people are. Know who isn't taxing. Know who, when you're around them, the energy is mutual, and you don't feel like you're overgiving. It just is. Like, when you have your people and your tribe, it never feels draining, because I feel like in these kind of connections, you don't need anything from each other. You don't want anything from each other. You just show up. You rock up as you are. And that's it. That's as simple as it gets. It really is that simple. I don't know why we always complicate stuff, but yeah. Notice who doesn't drain you or constantly want something from you. Don't lower your standards. Don't keep giving to the point of ending up with nothing. Know your worth. And I want to say again, just notice who's around you and who's there for you and who's genuine. And again, it doesn't matter if they've been there for 20 years, 5 years, 5 minutes. You'll know. Let's get back to this choice though. What is the choice? That is the question. What is your choice? Is it a love choice? Do you have 2 people to choose between? Maybe a Gemini or a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Sorry, my brain just went crazy then. It's because I can hear the neighbours starting to get their shit together to start drilling. It's putting me out of focus. So could it be a love choice? It might be. Who knows, eh? I want to say as well, like, even when it comes to relationships, like the Page of Cups for some reason always reminds me of like self-care. It always reminds me of like innocence, and like it starts with you. Like, you have to be good with you. You have to look after you before you can get yourself into like the depths of serious relationships. And again, relationships mean across the board, not just a male or female partner, but friends, family, or whatever. And I feel like this Page of Cups is saying to you, choose you. Base level, the choice is always choose you. Choose you first, and then choose the people around you and stuff. Because if you don't put yourself first, this is going to be you lifelong. You have to make the choice to put yourself first. And you know, people think being selfish is a negative thing, and I'm sure it can be very negative. But when I think of like self and the word selfish, I think of people having to put themselves first. You have to put, because if there's no you, like if you're constantly giving to a point where you've got nothing, you have nothing to give. Like you have, like when you have nothing, like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to come first. Your needs have to come first. So choice number 1 should always be pick yourself, choose yourself, look after yourself. And then choice number 2 can be whatever you want it to be after that. But you must always be your first choice. And there goes the banging. So let's move on. Let me know if that resonated for you in the comment section below. And let's see what cards number 3 is saying. Yes or no for cards number 3. Do you know what's crazy is this kind of looks like a no, but it's really not. It's really not. It's actually just saying take your time. It's like yes, but just take your time. Like, there's no rush. Like, stay in control of yourself, stay in control of the situation, and don't allow yourself to go back into this 8 of Swords kind of energy. Like, the message in my head is like, slow and steady wins the race. And I don't even think there's a race, but I think it's just like, just that slow and steady energy. There's no need to rush. There's no need to overthink. There's no need. Next door's drilling. Yay. There's no need to like bind yourself and confine yourself to your own mental prison. You know, like let's not be a slave to our minds anymore. Because it's not going to serve. It's just really not going to serve. And I know it takes work to break these mental cycles that you've probably had from childhood all the way up until now, through life experience, society, conditions, labels, whatever. But the mental cage that we're so quickly to put ourselves in when we're uncertain or confused or anything like that, yeah, we've got to change that up. And with the chariot card, it's almost like make that choice and make it a permanent fixture in your life. Like, we got places to go, people to see, things to do. We haven't got time for this kind of energy anymore. And you know, sometimes like when we do let our minds take over, we can end up back in this energy. And I know you know what I'm talking about when it comes to this energy. Like, the low vibe of this card is literally like, what's the word I'm looking for? Is stopping. It's winding yourself up so much that your only option is to just stop. Because you're exhausted and you can't actually do anything. Because you're exhausted, your mind is exhausted, your emotions are exhausted, your body's exhausted, spiritually you're exhausted. So instead of taking the Four of Swords and, you know, going into the deep end of it, use that energy and be in control of that energy and take time to meditate or do something that, you know, meditation doesn't necessarily mean sitting there with your legs crossed and your fingers, you know. It can be through dance or music, art, reading, something that brings you into that calm state of mind. And the Chariot's kind of saying as well, like, be a master of your emotions as well. Like, don't let your emotions take over. Because when you've got your mind saying one thing and your heart saying something else, you will be pulled in two different directions. You will. And it gets to a point where, like, it just gets confusing. You know, it's not about that life anymore. So this is a yes for you guys, pile number 3. But it's take your time. Take your time, slow and steady. Don't fall back into the mental trap. And just keep moving, nice and easily, nice and slowly, you know, like, absolutely, you know, like that. With every step that you make it purposeful. Like, we're not just taking steps for the fun of it. Every step that we make is gonna be well planned. Not, I don't want to say planned because that seems so rigid, but it's well, what's the word? I don't know. It's just a very absolute, purposeful movement. So cards number 3.